The text is changing. Every time that I make an edition of the Greek New Testament, or anybody does, we change the wording.
Prolific New Testament scholar D.C. Parker said the text of the New Testament has been altered, and you'll want to hear how he said it's changed. He explains this in the upcoming audio clip I'll play for you shortly. This is a picture of a random person on the internet after I typed in scholarly looking man. I don't know what David Parker looks like. I couldn't find an image of him. If you could find a picture of him, send it my way. David C. Parker is a prominent New Testament scholar with expertise in New Testament textual criticism and the manuscripts of that tradition. He's contributed significantly to the field via his research on the textual transmission of the New Testament, particularly focusing on early Christian manuscripts and their variants. Parker's work has provided tremendous insight on the composition, transmission, and the preservation of New Testament texts throughout history. He has authored many books, among them being The Living Text of the Gospels, An Introduction to the New Testament Manuscripts and Their Texts, Codex Bezae, an early Christian manuscript and its text, Manuscripts, Texts, and Theology, his collected papers from 1977 through 2007, and Textual Scholarship in the Making of the New Testament. His insight here is worth decades of study. Listen.
Most Christians, all but the fundamentalists, have long accepted that while the Bible is authoritative, it is not infallible. Human hands make mistakes, and humans have minds of their own. And for David Parker, it's positively liberating.
The text is changing. Every time that I make an edition of the Greek New Testament, or anybody does, we change the wording. We are maybe trying to get back to the oldest possible form, but paradoxically we are creating a new one. Every translation is different. Every reading is different. And although there's been a tradition in parts of Protestant Christianity to say there is a definitive single form of the text, the fact is you can never find it. Orthodoxy accepts in the living Christian tradition the text as it developed, the text as it was by the 10th century or the 12th century.
Do you find this process for you a disillusioning one or a liberating one?
I find it liberating. In the first place, historically, it's the only way I can make sense of the data. In the second place, I don't believe that Christianity is a religion of the book in the sense that there is a fixed form of text, that revelation is simply through a book. To me, this concept of the text as if you like to use my own phrase, a living text, is much more coherent with what Christianity should be about, which is discovering the truth, not simply being given it in some fixed, unchanging form.
The text has been corrupted, changed, and altered. Many Christians will claim that we have reconstructed the original New Testament, but in my view, that conclusion is muddled by their Christian bias, not allowing them to see the truth. And that is, sadly, that we'll never know the original text of the Gospels or any New Testament text.